In this video, I'm going to look at 10 seeds that are fail-safe for cottage gardeners to grow, even if you're busy and don't have too much time. The ones I've selected are reliable, they're easy to grow, but they've also been selected for a variety of height and longevity over the season. So here goes, here's my 10 picks. Hi, I'm Rebecca from the Busy Woman's Garden. I help busy women find fun and easy ways to create a space to escape to out in the garden for themselves. So I hope that you'll enjoy this video and do what the young people do and like and subscribe and hit the bell and all this stuff. I'm not even really sure what hitting the bell is, but I do know that the more people that see my videos, the more other people are showing them. So I would be really grateful if you did it. Thank you. The first one are sweet peas, okay? So sweet peas are fantastic because they go all season long. They make brilliant cut flowers. They're easy peasy to grow and the smell is just amazing. And I think every cottage garden should certainly have sweet peas. They grow so tall as well that they're great to put at the back of a bed or climbing up a teepee of bamboo canes or something like that, any kind of support, because they'll add a bit of interest and height. My next pick, number 2, is nasturtiums. And I pick nasturtiums because they're also absolutely fail-safe, easy to grow. They are ground cover or fantastic for use in hanging baskets because they'll trail away happily. The shape of the leaves is really pretty, and actually the shade of green that they are is really pretty. And also they're a massive attractor of caterpillars that turn into cabbage whites because they're part of the cabbage family. So they can be used as a deflector crop to save your cabbages. But they're fabulous, so you know, the butterflies in your garden. My next one is Antirrhinums, or snapdragons, some people call them. They come in a mad variety of colours and they flower and flower and flower and flower all season long and look so pretty. They also are kind of mid-height, so they fill a little gap that's not quite ground cover but isn't very tall either, so they're a lovely height and well worth exploring. I like plain white ones because they just are, white is really visible. You can see white against a green backdrop or the brown of the soil much easier, and they kind of go with everything, so I can put them everywhere. If you buy a mixed seed packet, you do have to remember that you won't know when you're planting out what colour each plant is going to turn out. So if you're trying to maintain some kind of a planting scheme, bear that in mind. My next pick are zinnias. I absolutely love zinnias. I don't know why zinnias aren't more popular around here, but that's one limey baby. But you can get all, limey baby, it's queen lime. You can get all kinds of different colors. Here's a rainbow kind of seed packet. They're like dahlias that way. There's thousands of colorways in them, so absolutely check them out. They last forever. They grow nice and tall. They're very sturdy. They're well able to take a bit of wind, because that's another thing that you might have to contend with. And they flower all season, so really you kind of can't go wrong with them. And they are not dissimilar to like a mini dahlia, so but an awful lot less hassle to grow. So zinnias, highly recommend them. My next one is real traditional cottage garden one, and this is number 6, hollyhocks. I think these are just the most beautiful flower. They grow really, really tall, probably about 2 meters high, so taller than me. I'm about 172 centimeters, and these are just fabulous because the colors you can get in them are fantastic. And here you can see them here, they've kind of double flowers in that picture, but to be honest, that picture on the front, that seed packet, doesn't do them remote justice. They're much more impactful than that looks. So I'd highly recommend hollyhocks. Really easy to grow and are beautiful. Some of them are biennials, which means you won't get them until the following year, but these ones were hardy perennials, and I can see they're coming back no bother this year. So my next one is cosmos. And I think these are an amazing plant because they, even though this is supposed to be a dwarf variety, it still actually grows very tall. So they fill a gap in beds right in at the kind of, not fully at the back, but almost at the back, and they flower prolifically. You will get thousands of flowers off these plants. It's just fabulous. So big flat daisy head type flowers. Some of them you can get double petal rose and stuff, but the traditional one are a big pink type flower with a yellow center, but they come in lots of different color varieties. But what that picture and my description of the flowers isn't really capturing is the foliage. The foliage is this really dainty filigree leaf structure that's just so beautiful on its own, even if it never flowered. Having that foliage in your bed, it's almost like clouds of foliage. So I think they are a fantastic addition to any bed. My next one is Oriental Poppies. So Oriental Poppies are, we all know what a poppy is, that's what we're talking about, but you can get them in a massive variety of colours. I like the red one, the traditional red one, but there's pinks, and you can go oranges and all kinds of different ones. And while the flower itself doesn't stay very long, maybe, you know, a few days or a couple of weeks at best, even when they're gone, the seed head that comes after them are a beautiful thing to have amongst the rest of the plants. They're a beautiful kind of sort of a dusty shade of greeny blue that is just beautiful to have in amongst grasses or anything else growing around them. So even though the flower is gone, the plant is still providing interest way longer than that. Also extremely easy to save the seeds. So they're another one. Coming near the end now, number 9 is Aquilegia, which I'm after dropping just a moment. And so I have my Aquilegia seeds here saved. These are Granny's Bonnets, I think is another name for them. And these are fab because they flower very early in the season. So you can get Aquilegia coming out in April and May. They're also perennial, so they'll come back and come back. They self-seed, so you'll have swarms of them. They come in a million different colours, and they're quite tall. They fill a lovely gap in a flower bed at a time of the year when there isn't a huge amount of colour to be seen. So I think you should go out and find some Aquilegias, because there's definitely one for everybody when you start looking around, and they're very straightforward to grow. And my next one then is the Livingstone Daisy. So that is this guy. Magic carpet, these guys are calling them. And these are kind of like ground cover, so they're a bit psychedelic, as you can see in that picture. Yeah, they grow very easy to grow from seed, foolproof, and they cover the ground really well, and they're so pretty because they open like a daisy in the lawn. They open up in the sunshine and they close up then at night time, so they're nearly like they're breathing. They're beautiful. Now the colors are slightly psychedelic, and I probably need to warn you about that, because they will maybe be too garish in certain spots. So what I did last year to get around that, and you won't really know, like if you buy a mixed packet like that, you won't know what colors are what until it's too late. I just lifted up the ones that I didn't like and placed them elsewhere into different spots where they suited the colour scheme a bit better. And actually that worked brilliant. It looked lovely. I had one bed for the kids that was kind of all mad colours, and these looked just perfect in with them. So yeah, Livingstone Daisy are our lovely one. And my last one are sunflowers, because what cottage garden wouldn't have a few sunflowers in at the very back? I really like them. If you get the tall ones, the usual, the regular tall sunflower, they're quite slug resistant. Some of the lower dwarf ones are very juicy for slugs to dine on. So the taller ones are nearly a better bet. And the reason why they're so fab is, you know, we all know they cheer everybody up, but they're very sturdy and they grow so tall. You won't believe how much abuse from the wind they can take for something that looks like it's just a single flower and this really tall slender stem. So they stay at the back. They provide lovely interest. The seed head is gorgeous afterwards. You have the seeds for the birds for afterwards, and there isn't really anything quite as tall as a very tall sunflower to fill that last bit at the back of a border. So those are my 10 recommendations, and I hope there's something in that you like. My name is Rebecca. I'm from The Busy Woman's Garden, and if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing and doing all that stuff that the young people do, it'll be really brilliant. And you can find all details about how to connect with me down below in the notes. Take care. Thanks for listening. Bye.